return of Titans.
Somewhere over the rainbow. Admit it, you've got that stuck in your head after watching this trailer. Wasn't that awesome? I mean, just how many cuts that go with that music and, you know, all the impacts, the percussive impacts. I love this trailer. I'm kind of glad it's actually considered the final trailer because we've actually gotten quite a bit of trailers and I've enjoyed them all. I kind of thought at one time I might not watch these Godzilla 2019 trailers, but you know what? I just said I'm going to go ahead and watch them. Some spoilers are obviously, you know, being revealed in there. Some of the things they kind of held back from Godzilla 2014, some of the full looks of the creatures and all that, but we were still, you know, pleasantly pleased in some ways with 2014. I think in this one we're going to be pleasantly pleased with the results too, because we know that there are going to be 17 Titans in this one, and we know about at least, you know, 4 of them that are going to be in here, so you know, by name anyway. So I hope, you know, we get surprised by seeing some maybe more kaiju from the Heisei and Showa and Millennium series from Japan, and seeing maybe, you know, that creature from the oil derricks that are actually in the beginning shot of that. Don't know what creature that is. You know, kind of looks like, could be a spider creature, could be a sea monster, so it could be Ebera, could be Kamacuras. Oh, sorry, not Kamacuras. Could be Kamacuras, actually. Who knows? But it could be Kumonga. You know, we just don't know. We'll just have to wait and see and be surprised and be pleasantly surprised. So already I can tell you I love the music, and there's something to, you know, those hits, those percussive hits with the cuts. I'm kind of learning that with building my own monster trailer series. If you haven't checked that out yet, definitely check it out. Tell me what you think about that. You know, building up a blockbuster, you know, movie like this that we're all waiting for and anxiously, you know, waiting to see the final results from the labor that's been put into this film, and how much we love this creature and how much we love kaiju films. And it's obvious that this director is a kaiju fan, and we know that from interviews that he's given, and you know, how much you know, care he's given even to the look of Godzilla, changing the 2014 Godzilla to the dorsal fins is what he kind of mentioned, that he prominently changed to look more like the Japanese Godzilla, specifically the 54 Godzilla. But you know, maybe that was the only change, and you can definitely tell in this trailer that there is a change in the dorsal fins. So you know, you could call it a retcon, whatever, but I like that look, and I think that's going to work in his favor, especially with the tokusatsu fans out there that we are. So that was great. The one thing maybe about that music that it could get a little distracting at times, maybe if they did a little bit of that Wizard of Oz homage, but what did they do? They did the, you know, lions and tigers and bears homage, you know, it's the oh my thing going on with that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it, maybe you're trying a little too hard. And then even the one king to rule them all, that little Lord of the Rings tribute, that's kind of thrown in there. Like it, but you know, it's also like, maybe come up with your own slogan for this. But I do like the ending where it ends with King of the Monsters with those percussive beats. So enough about the music, but I just, you know, I do appreciate it, and it's ringing in my head, and it helps me remember the trailer a little bit more. One of the things about the creature designs, we are seeing, of course, in this last trailer, a lot more reveal of what the creatures look like. We're seeing Ghidra more, we're seeing Rodan more, really seeing, you know, what his face looks like, and getting close-ups of his claws, and obviously, you know, the wind that comes off his wings is just creating this typhoon through the city, and people are holding on for dear life, and that's a cool shot. You know, throwing right back to what Rodan, you know, does in the original film. But the thing about the creature design that maybe is getting a little bit maybe tired and old for me as a fan of these films is CGI creatures. They always kind of want to throw that bioluminescence. Every one of these creatures seems to have a glow from their skin, and it's almost like not all of them need to have that. Mothra is just always glowing, and I guess maybe it's one of those cool things. Let's add some lens flares right in our films, J.J. Abrams and all that, and throw some lens flares at it, and the kids will like it. It's just exciting, and adds to the excitement and attention span, trying to make sure we're getting their attention by waving a flashlight in front of the camera. And that happens in a lot of these modern films. I'm just going to admit that's what they do, and I use them sometimes in what I do too, but you can overuse them. The bioluminescence, I guess, is one of those just showy things. Sometimes I feel maybe it's like, would that really look natural? And, the idea behind the CGI creatures is try to make them look as realistic as possible. And I do feel that some of the shots, especially Ghidra in the background with light behind him, creating that shadow through the wings and all, actually is one of the better shots, actually, versus some of them ones that are close up of the creatures. Even Rodan, you have lava, kind of a lava creature. He's exuding that. Godzilla's always had the dorsal fins light up, and so that's going to happen. That's got to happen. Even Ghidra with the neck lights up. Mothra completely is lit up. It's creating its own light from its own skin. Some of that can be maybe tired and old, but we'll see how that all turns out in the final product. I still like what they're doing with the creature designs. Not so sure about Mothra. I'm not getting a good glimpse of what Mothra really looks like. It's going to be hard to exceed what we're used to in the classic series and all that, but we'll just see what this take on Mothra looks like. I'm already liking what the redesign of Rodan and Ghidra. Ghidra looks very much like what we're kind of expecting. Actually, it's just a good CGI version of what we're already used to, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, so I'm excited. I'm also excited to see that new, looks like a B-2 bomber kind of weapon. Maybe this is their version of the Super X, some sort of experimental weapon, aircraft that just has armament just up to turned up to 11. So we're gonna see what that all turns out to be, and they really show it off when they want to say we're gonna join the fight in this. So I like seeing some of that battle, like seeing, of course, Godzilla using his flame breath, and we only got a couple of shots of that in the 2014 film, and we were wanting more, so we're gonna probably get more in this, and that's gonna be awesome to see. So liking seeing where the characters, the human characters' story is going, and their relationship with the monsters, and how they're kind of looking at this like this is their battle. We're just kind of in the way of things. It's their planet. It's that they rule, actually, and so and kind of relying on Godzilla to bring this all in balance somehow. And so maybe we're kind of getting a destroy all monsters sort of look, but maybe in reverse, whereas Godzilla is by himself and all the other monsters are led by King Ghidorah, Ghidra, by the fact that they say that we can take out the alpha creature. So I'm guessing, again, that they're considering Ghidra kind of in control, leading the other creatures, the other titans, if you will. And so, that'll be an interesting kind of storyline. So kind of, again, to destroy all monsters in reverse. So liking what I'm seeing, excited to see this film in May, and I just appreciate what they're doing, bringing Godzilla and Legendary, bringing the MonsterVerse to us in America, and reinvigorating the tokusatsu films in here in America. So, but it's cool to see that, and I gotta say, I did a Star Wars Rise of Skywalker trailer reaction not too long ago, comparing these two trailers and how excited I am about both. Both of them had great aspects of them, and it's hard to compare a final trailer with a teaser trailer, the very first one. But so far, I would say the Godzilla probably has got it for me as far as excitement. I am more excited about the Godzilla film than the Star Wars film, but That might change after I see it. That might change after we see some more trailers from Lucasfilm and what they're doing with Star Wars. So, but what's great is we're getting two exciting films coming up, and just excited to see them in the theaters and get some reactions out there, hearing what other people thought of those films as well. So appreciate you joining me here on the Monster Report for this trailer reaction video. Stay tuned. We're going to have plenty more monster trailers coming out, and the next one is ironically Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah 1992, that film, and my monster trailer version of that. So hope you guys get the chance to see that. Comment, like, you know all the drill. Thank you for joining me on the Monster Report.
What we are witnessing here is the return of Titans.